Well, let me know if you guys can hear me or not, because everything on my end, I should be able. Everything's summing up. Oh, thank you, my man. Like I said, I picked up this new PC this morning about 2 hours before game time and got it all set up and going. So it's actually not too bad. So what did I miss? Looks like that's right. They had the timeout. I think everybody needs to play better right now. Besides McCaffrey and Ayuk, I mean, Ayuk's gotten a couple of good passes, and obviously from our new quarterback one in McCaffrey. Um, it's just there's no dynamic to this offense right now other than screen pass left, screen pass right, and that's pretty much the whole thing that we're doing. And this is a Rams offense that got a few players back since the last time we played them, so I'm not surprised they're playing better. All right, let's see what we're doing. All right. Oh, Jimmy. While he should have threw that one away, they kind of blew up the line. Oh, that was on Glinchy. Glinchy should have seen that guy coming on the outside and said he just stood there looking lost like a deer in headlights. Come on, boys. I mean, even getting a field goal out of this isn't terrible. Obviously, you'd want the touchdown, but getting something out of this just to end the half is definitely needed. Why is Thor up in the booth? All right, come on, boys. Ooh. Take it. I like this going for it on fourth down. Yeah, I'd say that's definitely a catch. He had two steps of what do you call it, football type moves. Another freaking commercial. So let's just leave that up for now. Let's see. Thanks for everybody. For those of you that just jumped in, I am watching on a stream, so I'm usually about a minute and a half or so behind. So it might actually be in half already. This commercial is stupid. The whole Snoop and Guam cheese white guy. I have no idea what his name is. I feel like a lot of people know who he is. Come on, get out of commercial. It's getting annoying. Over here trying to play with this new computer. It's kind of nice having a 36-inch wide screen curved screen. Then I also got another 20. I've got like 40 or 60 inches of screen now. It's really nice. Excuse me. Come on. They're saying he didn't catch it. I thought he had two good steps before he did anything. One, two. Yeah, it should have been a catch. All right, here we go. Oh, so trotting Robbie out there to take the field goal. It's not the worst idea. At least we got some points out of it. And we are going back to yet another commercial. I never know when to start these streams for halftime because I feel like if I wait until the half starts, there's like no time for anything. Because again, streams, I'm behind on it. But then if I've been trying to do it like when I started now on like the at the 2-minute warning or a little bit before, I feel like I'm streaming for like 45 minutes sometimes. Maybe I'll go back to just doing it right at halftime. I'm hungry. Bedroom or this room is a mess right now with all this computer stuff and everything laying around. So they'll have a minute. They'll have like 55 seconds left before the half. See if they can hold the Rams. The Rams are probably going to try and take some deep shots. Where were those Pizza Hut melts when I worked there for like 10 years? I'm making some easy things now. Yeah. All right, let's see what these Rams will do. Why is McGlinchey still a starter? I have no idea at this point. He just, and I'll admit, I was a McGlinchey defender for the longest time. It's obvious he's getting worse and worse. I mean, I know his value is in the run game, but he's just getting worse, it seems like, in his pass protection. Like the one earlier, he just whiffed and, he stood in the middle of the line looking like this, and then whoever was on the outside just ran right by. I don't know. So maybe the Rams just trying to run out the clock, I'm guessing. Just keep everything in front. Don't do anything crazy. And that looks like it'll be about it. All right. All right, so I'm going to hit the fancy intro button and do the little thing, and then I'm going to set my screens up. So I will be right back as soon as I find it. There it is. Here. All right, everybody. Thank you for showing up. It is the Niners versus the Rams here in week 8, 9. I don't know. I lost track at this point. So, yes, second time we're playing the Rams. We are now down at the halftime. It is 10-14 them. Decent drive to end the half, so we can at least get something on the board going into it. Overall, this has been an ugly game by pretty much everybody. I know the popular cool thing is going to be jump down Jimmy's throat, and you know what? He hasn't played that great, but Jesus Christ, this McGlinchey is just being terrible right now. He's just not doing anything. He is getting beat left and right. There's one play that he just looked completely lost on. The defense looks like a defense that is missing a lot of talent right now. They're bending, not breaking. They just don't have enough talent. I mean, we've got decent players to back up, and I think I've said this for the last couple of weeks over and over. The talent's not bad behind the starters, but that after a while, it's just too much of a drop-off overall to just keep being – for the offense to be so inept. Now, if the offense was running on all cylinders, scoring, 28, 35 points a game, makes it a little bit obviously a little bit easier on the defense. But without all of those guys on there, it's just not the same right now. Let me see. Let me pull up these stats right now. All right, so this is what we have at halftime. We have Jimmy, who is 9 of 12, 85 yards. For his rating is 94.1. He's been sacked twice, so again, he's got some decent pressure on him all day. Then we have Christian McCaffrey, our new QB2. Looks like he is going to be 1 for 1, 34 yards. That was a nice throw, honestly. And I almost called it. I was like, he's going to throw that. And you can tell by the way he stopped and set up his feet even before. And then you've watched I think it was Wright that was covering Ayuk. He stumbles. Automatically he saw McCaffrey. He makes a beeline for him. And then he realizes too late, oh, shit, he's going to pass it. And he was already clear. So, I mean, really good play on both sides of the ball on that one. McCaffrey is pretty much – I thought – I could have swore looking at this that Wilson had a carry, but apparently not, because the only people who have carries right now are McCaffrey and Jimmy. And McCaffrey's got 7 for 24 yards. I could have swore Jeff Wilson. I didn't expect to see so much McCaffrey. I figured we'd still be sprinkling in Jeff Wilson a little bit more. I still like Jeff Wilson, especially between the tackles, more than I would like McCaffrey there, per se. Let's see what else we got. Let's scroll down this a little bit more. And then for receiving, we got Ayuk and Kittle both with two catches. Obviously, Ayuk was most of his yards on the one play for the touchdown. McCaffrey actually has 4 receptions for 21 yards on 5 targets, and then Ray McLeod missed one that, while yes, Jimmy missed him early. If Jimmy had thrown that ball probably 2 seconds, even half a second faster, he was wide open. He waited a little bit too long. But at the same time, he needs to go up and high point that ball. There was no reason, because both the guys that were covering him had their back turned to the ball. He should have gone up and used his hands instead of just trying to catch it into the cradle. But nothing we can do about that now. As far as going into halftime, or into the second half, I think it's going to come down to the offense. The defense obviously just needs to keep doing the same thing, what it's doing right now. It's actually holding them not too bad. Their offense is struggling there. It's almost like our offense running right now, because they're just running screen after screen after screen. So defense needs to obviously get better. We need to get a lot more pressure. We're still getting no pressure up the middle from anybody up there. We're still getting decent pressure on the outside, but they're just sliding people out to help. The offense needs to get some sort of a running game going, and we've kind of beat this to death for the last almost 3 or 4 weeks, that the running game is just so stagnant right now. We don't have anybody pushing up pushing it in the middle kind of a thing for the most part. So yeah, we definitely going to get a running game. The receivers, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Jimmy, but the receivers have got to help him out with some of these drop balls and going up and high pointing things, or else it's just not going to work in general, because right now they are focusing everything on to McCaffrey. And that's how Ayuk's getting open. It's how Jimmy's gotten, or Kittle's gotten open a few times. So that's it for the halftime show for tonight. Jamie, wow, yeah, it's been a rough weekend. Jamie will be on at 9:00 tonight for the post-game show, and then TJ and I will be back on Tuesday afternoon for the complete review and the preview for next. Oh, no, we have a bye next week. Not sure what we're doing for the bye week. Me and TJ talked about it, but I'm not sure if we're going to do something special or what we're going to do. So, yeah, we'll let you guys know for sure on Tuesday. Thank you for everybody who shows up. Bang, bang, again.